Hey, Artist Talk family. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're here to interview all the panelists for Black Therapy 101. That's happening on November 22nd from 3 to 6 p.m. at Air Gallery on the North Side. Super excited to introduce you to all of these amazing therapists, sound bowl healers, psychotherapists, social workers, and beyond. All right, here we go. Mr. Abel.
Hello.
Andre Scott, thank you so much for coming and here to talk about, what you do and how you
Appreciate
pour
you.
into our community. Like I said before, we're 3 for 3.
Man,
Keep running into each other.
I think it's meant to be. Something great is about to happen.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So super excited to have you as a panelist for Black Therapy 101. I've heard about your work and the groups that you run in the community and the effects that you have. So I'm excited to share that with the Artist Talk community. And we're just going to dive right into some questions.
All good.
Why is working with men specifically meaningful for you in the work that you do?
Being raised in a single parent household, my mom was married a few times for long durations, but not really a male that would intentionally come to get me, intentionally look to pour into my life and my male development space. So I had to find those men in sporting activities and different school-based activities so I could still get that development. So as I'm growing and moving through my teenage years, through my young adult years, people called on me to help with their younger siblings, with their cousins, with their nephews, with their dads. Can you talk to my people? Can you see what's going on? So I don't want to say naturally, but as a byproduct of that, I want to be more hands-on with the development. If I know something, I want to be able to hand it to, I don't even want to say hand it back, hand it to another male that can then take that into his world and cultivate, positive things in his space. So
yeah, I can totally relate to that. I feel like Artist Talk, the creation of it, I call Artist Talk my baby. My baby, it really was a lack and a gap in a space that I always wanted for myself. But I didn't see it. And I feel like as leaders, or therapists or people that are pouring into their community, we really just are trying to be the person that we needed for other people. So I think that that's really beautiful and commendable. You're just showing up in that way naturally.
Man, yeah, my dad was away for a majority of my life. But my mom wasn't a negative Nancy, she wasn't, well, your dad is locked up, this, that. She poured quality into me, but she was honest. Like, I can't help you develop into a man, but I can help you develop into a good person.
Yeah.
So as I just transferred those over into the populations I'm able to make contact with.
Paying it forward. So you and I spoke a little bit about your background and where you started. Will you talk about that? How you kind of started in daycares and schools, and then the evolution as to how you got here and the people that you work with now, because you also work with youth, but I wanted to kind of lead into that and give the backstory on that.
Thank you. I'll probably mention my mom a couple times, not to
shout out to your mom,
make anybody feel uncomfortable with a relationship they may or may not have, but that's a lot of my foundational movements come from that. So she would have foster children and things of that nature in the house early. So I'm the only child. I'm responsible to assist with them in the home, in the lifestyle. Not I got a babysitter or nothing, but if you're in the house and that's my mom, I'm gonna put work in. So learning how to help a stranger grow inside of our house. So from that energy, my first job was working in a daycare. Learn and earn when it first jumped off.
Yeah.
my first job was in a daycare. So working with the young men, they gave me the young men. 2-year-old is in the window naming every car, every make and model. I'm like, this is genius. Like, I don't even know how this happens, but obviously he had to have that connection with someone else to where he could get exposed to that. So found a part of my gift in that. Finding we work jobs until we stumble into our career most times.
Yeah.
But a lot of the jobs that I had prepared me and geared me for my career. So worked in daycare, worked at after school programs, worked in independent living spaces, doing a lot of service coordination and case management type of work.
Mm-hmm.
Worked at independent living. So basically the gamut. So that's why I said developmental.
Yeah.
Teens to young adults. I worked at Family Links down on Fifth, around the corner. Basically with the homeless population from 18 to 24. So just really working through those processes and transferring that into my educational space. So kind of smart, but didn't have all the access and the resources to things. So I had to really figure out my post, graduate education process. So took a year and a half off after I graduated from high school, and I ended up having my son in that time. So how do I continue my process while still being a responsible parent?
Yeah.
Went to CCAC, my first class at CCAC, my first psychology class. Excuse me, I'm like, I could do this. This is who I am. This is how I've been impacting people already. I just was able to find a term in the department, I guess,
Yep.
that I could put my
You were
skills
able to
into.
name it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So did that. Got my bachelor's from Duquesne University in psychology and sociology. So people may not know
what the difference is.
the dynamics of it. So really being able to study culture and study people and study behaviors and then implement that into the one-on-one space that I utilize in my therapy.
Can you share what the difference is between sociology and psychology?
Yes. Psychology is the study of the brain, mental functions. How do you process? What is your triggers, your things of that nature? Your basically your mental dynamics. And the sociology is your connection to other people, the community dynamic, the cultural imparts that you may have growing up in a different neighborhood or a different country or speaking a different language, and how that impacts your overall processing. So the micro and the macro and all those healthy words that we use in this space, but infusing that into one approach to whichever population I'm called to serve. So it may be younger people, maybe older people, but a lot of professionals, I don't want to speak too wide, but a lot of professionals don't want to interact in that way with the younger people.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to do therapy, but I want to do therapy with adults. I want to do therapy with someone that's more settled and established. So my challenge, my workload is lower, but I welcome that. That's the only way to really help build the next rotation, is to pour something into the younger folks.
Yeah. I was going to ask, why is it important to work with the youth? Because we talked about why it's important to work with men. I feel like you answered that, but why is it so important, the youth specifically? Because you run men's groups at the Kingsley Center.
Yes.
And then you also run a group with young men, which you're coming from today.
Yes.
Yeah. And you do that every week.
Yes.
So why is that important as well?
Ensuring there's intentional education. Once again, majority, not all, I can't speak for all people, but education is often relegated to classrooms and institutions when there's everyday education that we have to undertake. I have 2 sons, so these are the things I'm giving them as well.
Sure.
But how can I say I want to help improve the quality of life if I don't want to help a 10-year-old learn active listening? That's what we worked on today.
Yeah.
Me and 3 young men, we ate Subway and watched videos on active listening, and we talked, and we went outside after that, and I implemented that into their social play, into their sports play. We got to actively listen. So if I can give that to them now, earlier on, they make better students. They make better employees when it's time. They make better husbands and boyfriends when it's time
they have
to move
those tools for their tool belt
early on.
Yeah.
Early on. So now it's not a guess of why you don't have it in your adulthood. It got introduced to you early.
That's beautiful. So speaking of tools for your tool belts, you're a musician.
I am.
And you do some mentoring in that space as well.
Yes,
you have a mentoring for musicians, a space, a program
Yes.
Here. Can you talk a little bit about that space and you mentoring in that? And then can you also talk about how you implement your musical skills and you as a musician into like your therapeutic practices with your clients?
Yes, indeed. My music company is called Grown Men Entertainment. Um, when I said that to some people, they're like, "What does that mean?" Like it was some type of inappropriate dynamic. No, the grown man approach, the more responsible music, the more
Mm,
thoughtful uh, type approach, if you will.
sure.
And that started with the energy of a mentoring. Let me get them connected to something else that they already like. And then it graduated and morphed into the therapy dynamic. So when I was working at Independent Living on the Hill House, had a few musicians, young people that liked music,
Mhm.
and really use that as an incentive. So if you're going to do what you're supposed to do in your school space, in your home space, then we can go to the studio. When we go there, we can't talk about certain things. You have to make sure that your messaging is appropriate because somebody might want to listen to it because this is a
Okay.
byproduct of my job.
Yes.
So just making sure they had that flexibility in their presentation. In the therapeutic space, it's a cheat code.
Okay.
It's a cheat
Let's talk
code.
about it.
Yeah. So you make music? Like, yes. Can I
Mhm.
listen to it? Yes. And I don't have reservations. I don't have to
Yeah.
say, oh no, you can't listen to it. You got to ask your parent. I play particular music. Let you hear that. Now you know that I'm a man of my word. I'm also being creative.
Mhm.
I'm not some square that's just coming in here to read you your rights and then go back home like I'm perfect. I'm still working on things in my development as a man. I have to be able to get stress off of me and then put my worries in a place that's safe. So I
Yeah.
chose to do that with music. So I reincorporate that back into the space.
So music is kind of like therapy in itself.
Yes, indeed.
Like putting it on paper and
Yes.
talking about your emotions and getting that all out. That's really dope that you use that in your space with therapy as well.
Thank you.
So I'm really excited to have you on the panel for Black Therapy 101. What are some things that you want people to take away from experiencing you on the panel and getting to meet you? Like, what are some things you want to share in that space for people to grow after they leave? Some takeaways.
Um, a major takeaway is there's therapy in everything. We may not have to call it therapy to make it more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But there's therapy in everything. There's therapy in visiting people. There's therapy in calling folks. There's therapy in taking walks. There's therapy in resting and watching the sunrise. There's therapy in so many things to where after you see your professional, you should be able to run with that because the options and opportunities were already around you.
Mm-hmm.
You may have been too occupied with responsibilities or other things just to see them. So seeing the calm and the healing and a lot of other things. I like to cook. I'm not a chef, like a professional chef, but I like to cook.
It's
So you
therapeutic. Cooking is therapeutic for me too.
find it. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want people to take away
Yeah.
when they come around me. I play basketball. I work out. I'm not like a fitness buff, but I like to be healthy enough to interact with my children, to
Mm-hmm.
go hoop with my homies. So finding that there's therapy and there's healing in most spaces, we just got to settle ourselves enough to see it.
Yeah. How can, or actually, I was going to say, how can people find out about like the groups and stuff that you run? Can you talk about the two groups that you run? Are they accessible
Yes.
for people to come to join? Can you talk about where they're at? Like if there's somebody that wants to join a men's group or wants their youth to be a part of, what you're pouring into, how can people find that?
All right. First and foremost, the group that we help to co-facilitate at the Kingsley, it's a partnership between the Kingsley and Still Smiling.
Mm-hmm.
So we are there the second and fourth Tuesday of every month from 6 to 8 p.m.
Okay.
That is open to the community. That's open to
Beautiful.
pretty much males 18 and above, but we've had younger kings in there as well because their fathers or their uncles have brought them in there so that they
Amazing.
can see, the village and the fellowship in that. So it's pretty much open to men. We serve a meal. Uh, Josh, our Kingsley rep, he'll run down all the resources and the upcoming events, things like that, so we can stay abreast in that regard. And then we jump into our subject matter for the evening. That's been real healthy. We are looking to expand our men's groups. We have a few sites throughout the city that we're about to look to not replicate that service, but
Extend it.
maneuver and extend that
Yes.
service so that we can access more kings and put them in a space to where they don't have to travel too much to get what they're looking for.
Make it more accessible.
Yep. So that's going to go on. We're going to have a Saturday online option as well, probably like a drop-in brunch type of deal. So
Okay.
really just making it as flexible as possible. I find that in person for me is way more impactful, but we also have to be respectful of people's time and space. So
Sure.
offering that virtual component. I'm connected to a men's group called the Men's Progress Network. Myself, Virgil Moore, Sean Pryor pretty much are the board members, but
Okay.
that's also open to all males of all varieties. We meet 3 times a month. We are re-engaging in our meeting schedule. So we will have one meeting in person, a meeting online, and possibly another like informal to where the community, the overall community can jump in, not just strictly for the men.
Oh, beautiful.
Because we do things, it's called Men's Progress Network, but then we do Women for Men's Progress and Men for Women's Progress. So
that's dope.
Looking to bring the family together in a real important way. So
and then what about your youth program? Is that open for people to join, the one that you just came from today?
That particular one is closed to the public. It's open to the residents of the facility.
Oh, okay.
So anyone that's in that facility can receive the youth mentoring services, the Saturday ones, but pretty much contact me directly. I will find a way.
Got it.
If there's already an established population and you would like a group to be run in that space, I can come out and do that as well. So yes, call me directly.
Holla at your boy.
We'll get it moving.
Okay, and my last question, why is it important for people to come to events like Black Therapy 101 and engage with you and other mental health professionals and wellness practitioners and everybody within that spectrum?
I'll answer that from 2 angles. First, from the participant angle.
Because you've been at the Black Therapy 101s. You've been in the audience.
Yes. Yeah. And they are very open and honest and comfortable and welcoming and all those other things that you need to really have a serious set of conversations without people.
We have food, so you don't have to be hungry.
I'm trying to tell you, that's my number one.
Yes.
So you don't have to have that agitation toward each other. The whole atmosphere itself, how it's curated and put together, kudos
Thank you
to the organizer. Just putting it together in that healthy family feel. So that's always good on the attendance side.
Yeah.
Being a mental health professional, I don't always get to be in front of people and explain who I am and what I do because it's a private practice. I have to keep confidential. I can't go out here boasting, I helped him fix this and fix that, and then he worked on that, and then he was able to graduate from this thing. I'm not allowed to do that. So it gives me the opportunity to at least speak to
like a broader audience.
More specific things that I can do to that broader audience so that we can connect from there.
Well, I'm super excited for the Artist Talk family to meet you, experience you, to tap in with all the things that you have to offer. I think the work that you do is really beautiful and impactful. And I'm excited to see you guys on November 22nd at Black Therapy 101. And I'm excited.
Pull up.
We'll see you November 22nd, 3 to 6 at Air Gallery.
Getting somebody else's
Maybe
car.
we'll get like a freestyle or some music.
You just might.
Okay.
Y'all got to come for that.
Stay tuned. All right. Bye.